really annoyingly, I remember having a shiny Charizard as a kid. Imagine if
Steve,
I
I've
kept that.
I've got one.
No, you've not, mate.
I swear on my life. Looking back to you being 12 years old, you smashing 20 odd slices of pizza. when you get home, what video game are you playing? In that
What
era?
a segue. Love that from you, Ian.
Yeah, in that era.
Forgot this podcast was actually about gaming and not meal deals. 12 years old. I would have been playing back then FIFA. I would have been playing a lot of. How old am I? I'm 28. So when I was 12, it was FIFA 2006 would have been oh, blood.
So your PS1
old.
PS1 era?
PS1?
Yeah, it must have been. No,
What was your first ever
PS2
console?
must have been out by then. First ever Sega Mega Drive.
Oh,
Sega Mega Drive,
what a console.
Sonic the Hedgehog, was it Alex Kidd? There was loads of games back then that, but Sonic the Hedgehog was my main, and then as I grew and developed as a man, as a small child still, I was probably then playing like Crash Bandicoot, Crash Team Racing. Always been a bigger fan of that than Mario Kart. So yeah, I'm very old school with those kind of games.
Whoa! So this is the thing. This is the thing that I've learned, Adam. I don't know if you've noticed this. There seems to be like a bit of a theme when it comes to Sega fans, right? I always feel like Sega fans grow up with their Sonics and their whatever team racings, and then they transition into PlayStation, and then they probably stick with Play. Have you ever gone Xbox, Stevie?
I did. I think it was because I couldn't get hold of a PS4. Yeah, no, I had an Xbox 360. I really liked Gears of War and Halo, so
Gears.
Yeah,
I
me too.
needed those for Xbox. And back then, PlayStation, I don't think were there he is.
There he is.
Back then, I don't think PlayStation were particularly doing too well in those like standalone games for PlayStation, whereas Xbox had so many. Forza Horizon, like Forza, whatever they were back then, I really liked as well. So Xbox was. I needed an Xbox really, but then as I grew and realised how stupid that is, I went back to PlayStation, and now on PC.
Yeah, I was the same. I was Xbox 360. I had PlayStation, I think 2. Then I didn't do PS3. I went to Xbox 360, and it was games like you said, like Steve, like Gears of War, Mass Effect. I loved my Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, I love these kind of games. Yeah. Halo was obviously great as well. But for me, the reason I went back to PlayStation was because I couldn't play any of the Uncharted games on Xbox, and I'm like a massive Tomb Raider kind of third person adventure game kind of guy, and I was like, right, I'm going to PS4 because I want to get like the Uncharted kind of games and stuff, and I haven't turned back since. I mean, I don't know if you boys have seen like the kind of like some of the early access to Halo Infinite. It looks unreal. Like, it looks decent.
Halo's like, I remember the first time I played Halo on the original Xbox. Like, so my dad, right? So 6 months before the Xbox came out in the UK, my dad went to work in America, and he surprised us all on Christmas morning with an Xbox. And it came a half a year before it came out. So I'm on my way to school on the school bus, and I'm going, I've got an Xbox, and I'm playing Halo, and it's the best thing ever. And everyone's going, no, you haven't. Blah, 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 I don't believe you, and all this, right? And there's no way you could prove it back then. You can't just like get your phone out and show them a picture of you holding your Xbox or whatever. No one believed me. So I had to hand pick like 5 of my friends that I really wanted to believe me and bring them around to show them.
I'd love to know the criteria. I'd love to know the criteria of these friends.
Just people I wanted to impress, but most of them were girls. No, I'm kidding. And we'd bring them around and I'd show them. And the thing that everyone was blown away by on Halo 1, and it was the first time, you would zoom into the grass and there would be individual strands of grass. And I would be like, oh my God, you can count the amount of grass strands. Why am I saying strands? What's the word of an individual strand of grass?
Just grass.
I think strand is fine.
And also
just grass bit. I don't know. Strand. Strands. I'm with you on strand.
Strand.
I can't believe you're the type of person that gets an Xbox and you can play these amazing games before most other people, and you're there counting grass.
It says a lot, doesn't it? It says a lot about Ian.
But the point I was making earlier was like, I feel like you're either Sega or Nintendo when you're growing up, and like, sadly, Sega. I did actually play a lot of Dreamcast because my brother had one, and I thought it was like one of the most underrated game consoles of all time. So far ahead of its time. But when Sega died, I honestly think that was a real game-changing moment in the history of video game. I think it's really sad. They didn't deserve to go out on the Dreamcast because it was such a impressive machine. But I just followed the Nintendo linear, really. I went N64 onto the GameCube, onto the the Wii onto the Wii U onto the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. Well, saying that, I did have a GameCube, which I absolutely loved. Pokemon Colosseum was
What a great game.
Such a good game. And yeah, Pokemon's probably my biggest game growing up ever, as you can probably see by my stupid Pokemon things in my background there.
Did you collect Pokemon
Don't
cards?
knock it. Is that a Bulbasaur? Is that a Charmander? Is that all the starter Pokemon?
Starters
Squirtle?
and Pikachu. Well, if you had Pokemon Yellow, I suppose you can count that as a starter as well. So yeah, the only really annoying thing is, as you can see, Bulbasaur went, nah, don't fancy facing straight. So he's
on the side on.
His is sideways, which is really frustrating.
Did you collect Pokemon cards when you were younger?
Yeah. And really, really annoyingly, I remember having a shiny Charizard as a kid. Imagine if I kept that.
I've got one.
No, you've not, mate.
I swear on my life.
Get it
I've got a shiny
PSA.
Charizard.
Get it checked.
Have you seen what you can get for that, Ian?
What can you get for
Mate, last year they were selling for, what did Logan Paul go after the stream? I think they were selling for what? A couple of $100,000?
Shut up! What? Just any shiny Charizard?
It needs to be in good condition.
Yeah. So the PSA is like kind of like a condition of like, kind of the alignment of like where it sits, like how centered it is, the quality, if it's at the edges frayed or anything. Stevie's probably got some kind of stats here for us.
So I've just found one that hasn't even been checked on PSA, and it's going for £35,000 on eBay. The PSA'd one, I found a 9.5.
Ian's face.
I found a 9.5, which is going for $250,000. I found an 8. I have found an 8, which is only going.
Can I just say, there's only one shiny Charizard Pokemon card, right?
Are you talking the original start, like the original Pokemon cards?
When we were kids.
You're talking this one. Oh, where is it? There?
Yes! I've got that card!
Jesus, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Just go. Go and get it now.
No, seriously, I've got
Go
that
and get
card.
it sorted.
And I can tell you how I got it. Just really briefly. I'm on a school bus, top deck of the bus. No, actually, it was a regular bus on the way home from town. I bought a big backpack. I got like 5 packs of Pokemon cards, and I'm opening them. And there's this kid behind me who's also opening them, and he's naming what he's got, and he's going whatever, blah blah blah, Bulbasaur. And he goes, oh, shiny Charizard. And he just skips past it, and I'm going through my 5 packs, and I turned around and I went, 5 packs and a £10 note for each shiny Charizard. And this kid had no idea what he was doing. And he just went, yeah, fine. And I just went, cheers, bro. As if it was like this like real casual, like good deal. And as soon as he gets off the bus, I'm running up and down and going, oh my God, I've got a shiny Charizard. And I've got it framed.
Oh my God. I can't believe if you've got it sorted, Stevie, I think you're probably with me here. You should definitely have that valued ASAP.
They're worth a lot. I mean, Logan Paul, when he fought Floyd Mayweather, put one in a massive like gold chain and wore it as a necklace. That's how valuable they are now.
How did I not know this?
They are so honestly.
I'll
huge.
deal with that. You might not see me next week, Sav. So
yeah, you'll be off in the Caribbean somewhere.
yeah,
That is
spending
mad.
That's
money.
unbelievable. That is madness.